Hello, Grand Rapids, and Happy New Year. This is City Manager Mark Washington, and I'm here today with Bill Kirk from Downtown Grand Rapids, Inc., and we are embracing the wonderful world of winter, and we appreciate things that are happening throughout our city and on the Calder, and Bill's going to tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so it's a whole festival. It started on January 6th, running through March, and we have some huge art installations scattered around downtown, as well as 2 months worth of events, trying to get people out and enjoy the beautiful city.
So we have over 100 installations that's going to be around our city?
100 installations and events. So installation-wise, we probably are around 50, and then around 50 events as well. But lots of activities to choose from, something for everybody.
Yeah, and so we have two nice pieces here on installations on the Calder. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so the one you can see here, Infinity Mountains, is essentially an infinity mirror, kind of a photo booth room. The artist, Two Eagles Marcus, is a local artist. He wanted to create an interactive photo booth. So on one of those A-frame signs, there's a QR code that you can use to interact with the installation. The big one behind us here is House of Cards, which is coming to us all the way from Israel, which is really cool. It looks beautiful at night, lights up and has some music elements. And one of the things that we're really proud of with this installation is, in addition to the art that's on the cards from international artists, we were also able to place 10 images from local artists.
Oh, wow.
So there's some local art that will travel internationally when this leaves.
So local artists on both installations. On the House of Cards, normally when we play cards, it's a cards 52 deck.
Right.
Card. Over 150 cards on this installation.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of cards. This is a traveling exhibit, as I mentioned. So one of the things that's really cool about it is that it picks up new images every time it travels. So yeah, it tends to grow, and we're just excited to include some local art and send that off as well.
Now, there's been several events around this installation that have happened and others that are planned that involve music and food. Can you describe those a little bit?
Yeah, so in our opening weekend, we had our opening event down at Anabuin Park. That was called our Glow It Up event. That was great. But then our second night, we were here with a performance called Circus Wonderland by House of Cards. So it was a bunch of circus performers. Ton of people came out. I think we had about 2,500 visitors that night. So that was here on Calder Plaza. And then over the course of the event, we've got different activities all over downtown, one of which that I'm really excited about is at the end of the festival, we were talking about Noodle Fest that will be here on Calder Plaza. The Grand Rapids Asian Pacific Foundation is helping us out with that, but ton of great food here at the end of the festival. But
yeah, there's a lot of things to do. There'll be running and food and things to do along the river corridor, and one of my favorites, the silent disco. That is no cost, right?
Right. Yeah, all these events are free. Silent disco's coming in February up to the 555 Monroe lot. That'll be next to the Affinity installation, which is coming in 2 weeks. But yeah, tons of fun for everybody.
Well, Bill, thanks for joining us. Thanks for what you're doing. You're in Downtown Grand Rapids, Inc., and hopefully people from the community will come out and experience the wonderful world of winter. During the first meeting of the year, the City Commission discussed some very important matters, one in which continued to focus on the development of housing, in which there was a very exciting project, a mixed-use project, a $10 million project that would have both housing as well as commercial offices along Front Avenue. The City Commission also received a report from the City Comptroller and our third-party auditor, Plant Moran, on our annual financial report. And it was an audit that showed for fiscal year 22, all of the income and expenditures that the city received was spent in a very responsible manner. It was a clean audit, and that means your taxes, your fees, your revenues, any grants that the city received is being used in a way in which it was intended. So I want to thank the auditors for their work, but I also want to thank the city employees who work day in and day out and very hard to make sure that we're doing the best to make government work for all of our community in a very inclusive way. We also had an update from city staff around the need to continue to provide services and have better outcome from our unhoused community. And that is a conversation that we began in the month of December and will continue to have with our Public Safety Committee as they explore ways to improve outcomes and evaluate the current effectiveness of the system. And finally, this is the month in which we celebrate the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. And he has and continues to be a very influential person in our society. Apart from the 1863 Emancipation Proclamation, there have been several advancements, but none more influential in terms of people leading advancement in Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And what he did for civil rights, human rights, equal rights, and really advocating for poor and all humanity is really unparalleled. And we continue to honor him, not just in memory, but also in deed. And I had a chance, privilege to participate in several activities doing so, doing some of the festivals on his birthday. But more so, want to continue to honor his legacy and memory by doing everything we can to make sure that we have a more equitable and inclusive city, and doing government in a way that allows everyone to be part of this community. So thank you, everyone, for continuing to be part of this great community and helping us make sure that we have an inclusive community. Until next month, we'll see you then.